On the night of March 13th to 14th, 2025, the heavens will unveil a spectacle that transcends the boundaries of mere astronomy. A blood moon, a total lunar eclipse where Earth's shadow bathes the moon in a deep crimson glow. This isn't just a dance of celestial bodies, sun, earth, and moon aligning in a fleeting cosmic waltz, but a moment poised to ripple through the fabric of reality itself. According to the document, this blood moon is no ordinary eclipse. It's a rare convergence of universal cycles, a portal of energy that emerges only once every few decades. Imagine the night sky slowly staining red, the moon shimmering like a ruby suspended in the void, as if it's not just reflecting light, but unlocking a doorway between worlds. This is a phenomenon that beckons us to look beyond telescopes and star charts, urging us to feel its weight in our bones, our dreams, our very souls. Scientifically, a lunar eclipse occurs when Earth passes between the moon and the sun, casting a shadow that transforms the lunar surface into shades of red due to sunlight refracting through our atmosphere. Yet the document insists this event stands apart. It aligns with what astrologers might call a cosmic nodal point, a juncture where planetary orbits and stellar patterns intersect to unleash a torrent of energy. Think back to the tetrad of 2014-2015, a series of 4 blood moons that captivated the world, some linking them to biblical prophecy or shifts in global consciousness. The 2025 eclipse, however, is framed as singular, its potency amplified by its timing within these elusive cycles. It's not just a visual marvel, it's a catalyst, a herald of transformation that promises to touch every life it graces under its scarlet gaze. Across cultures, eclipses have long carried profound meaning. The ancient Maya saw them as harbingers of new eras, moments when the veil between the divine and mortal thinned. In Egypt, they symbolized a cosmic battle, a chance for renewal amidst chaos. This blood moon echoes those traditions, described as an awakening of ancient soul portals, gateways within us that have slumbered for too long. Hidden talents, suppressed desires, unlived dreams, these buried fragments of ourselves are poised to rise, stirred by an energy that defies the mundane. In Eastern philosophies such as feng shui, timing is everything. Heaven's moment aligns the universe to favor human destiny. Could this eclipse be a global heaven's moment, a call for humanity to step into its fuller potential? The document suggests yes, painting it as a universal invitation to rewrite our stories. What sets this event apart isn't just its rarity, but its immediacy. You don't need to be an astrologer or mystic to feel its pull. The moon has always influenced us. Tides ebb and flow, sleep patterns shift, emotions sway under its phases. Studies hint at its subtle power, from heightened hospital admissions during full moons to altered animal behavior. Yet, this blood moon promises more. A surge so potent, it might recalibrate our very existence. Picture yourself standing beneath that crimson sky, the air thick with possibility, your heartbeat syncing with a rhythm older than time. It's not just a sight to behold, it's an experience to live. A threshold where the ordinary dissolves and something extraordinary begins to stir. And so, as the date approaches, the question isn't whether the sky will change, it will, but whether we'll notice the signs already whispering around us. The document hints that the transformation has already begun, threading its way into our lives long before the moon turns red. What are these signs, and how are they preparing us for what's to come? The answers lie just ahead, waiting to unfold. If the blood moon of March 13 to 14, 2025 is a cosmic doorway creaking open, then the hinges are already groaning. Subtle at first, but growing louder with each passing day. The document insists that the transformation isn't confined to that single night. It's a process unfurling now, threading its tendrils into the fabric of our lives. You might have felt it already, a shiver down your spine, a dream too vivid to shake, a fleeting sense that the world is tilting ever so slightly off its axis. These aren't random quirks of the mind or body. They're the first murmurs of a universe preparing us for something vast. As the crimson tide of the eclipse draws near, the signs are multiplying, a chorus of whispers from the cosmos that demand our attention. Picture waking at 3 a.m., and your mind still tangled in a dream of a phoenix rising from ash, its wings brushing the edges of your consciousness. Or perhaps you've noticed the numbers 13 and 14 haunting your days, on a clock flashing 134, a receipt totaling 13 to 14, a stranger's phone number ending in those digits. The document calls this synchronicity, a term coined by Carl Jung to describe meaningful coincidences that defy chance. These aren't accidents, they're breadcrumbs, markers on a path leading to the eclipse. Your intuition, too, might feel sharper. sudden insights piercing through the noise, a gut feeling about a decision you can't explain. It's as if a veil is thinning, letting you glimpse truths that once hid in shadow. The body echoes these shifts. Some report vibrations, like a hum beneath the skin, pulsing in the palms or the forehead's third eye, a spot tied to the pineal gland, which science links to perception and rhythm. Others feel waves of heat or cold, unprompted surges of energy that defy fatigue. Could this be our cells tuning to a new frequency, nudged by the moon's gravitational pull or a spike in Earth's magnetic field? Studies of past eclipses suggest subtle disruptions, compasses waver, radio signals falter. The document posits that we're antennae, catching signals from a cosmos in flux, our physical forms aligning with an unseen tide. Nature too is restless. Birds might veer from migration paths, as they did before the 2017 solar eclipse when flocks grew erratic. Dogs howl, plants twist in odd patterns. Think of the sunflowers that inexplicably turned backward during a 1999 eclipse. Even technology stumbles, phones glitch, clocks freeze, hinting at electromagnetic ripples the document ties to Earth's shifting energy field. These anomalies aren't chaos, they're a dialogue, a language older than words. The document likens it to a cosmic Morse code, tapping out messages we're only beginning to decode. And then there's memory, old wounds or faces from the past surfacing unbidden, as if the eclipse is dredging up what we've buried. A friend you haven't seen in years calls out of the blue, carrying a message you didn't know you needed. These threads, the document warns, are no coincidence. They're part of a cleansing, a shedding of the old to make room for the new. But what does this preparation mean? What changes are these signs priming us for? The answers lie in the transformation awaiting us, a shift so profound it demands we understand its scope. The signs, those vivid dreams, uncanny coincidences, and restless stirrings of body and nature, are not mere preludes. They're the opening notes of a symphony that crescendos under the blood moon of March 13 to 14, 2025. This eclipse, the document declares, is no passive spectacle but a force, a catalyst that will ripple through us, reshaping the very essence of who we are and what we might become. It's a point of no return, a threshold where the old crumbles and the new emerges, not just for individuals, but for humanity as a whole. As the moon turns red, it's as if the universe presses a reset button, not on time itself, but on the codes of our destiny, inviting us to step into versions of ourselves we've only dared to imagine. On a personal level, the transformation begins within. Your body, already humming with premonitions, might shift at its core, cells tingling as if kissed by cosmic light. The document suggests a cellular recalibration, perhaps tied to photons or electromagnetic waves amplified by the eclipse's alignment. You might crave lighter foods, water-charged under moonlight, as though your physical form is shedding density to match a higher vibration. Mentally, old beliefs, those brittle scaffolds of fear or doubt, could collapse like a house of cards. Imagine a moment of clarity. A woman, trapped for years by the notion she's not enough, suddenly sees her worth as undeniable, her mind unshackled by a single, piercing realization under that red sky. The soul, too, stirs from dormancy. The document speaks of ancient portals awakening. Think of the Kundalini energy in yoga, a serpent coiled at the spine, rising to flood you with purpose. Suppressed talents bloom. A man who abandoned painting decades ago picks up a brush, his hands trembling with a creativity he thought lost. Even the spiritually indifferent might feel it, a tug toward something vast, a unity with the stars that defies explanation. Relationships face a reckoning, bonds that no longer serve your growth fray and dissolve, while new souls enter, their presence electric with lessons or synchronicity. A chance meeting at a cafe, a shared glance that feels like fate, these are the threads of a tapestry being rewoven. Collectively, the impact scales upward. The document hints at a seismic shift in human consciousness, a cracking open of outdated systems, governments, economies, dogmas that have held us back. Picture communities forming, not around power, but around awakening, like the Renaissance reborn under a crimson moon. It's a bold claim, yet history offers echoes. The 1960s counterculture surged under rare planetary alignments, birthing art and ideas that endure. This blood moon, though, is framed as more, a fulcrum where we pivot toward a shared destiny, one we co-create with the universe itself. This isn't gentle evolution, it's alchemy, raw and unrelenting. The document calls it rewriting fate's codes, a phrase that marries mysticism with agency. Philosophers might argue, do we truly shape our paths, or are we shaped? Here, the answer is both. The eclipse hands us the pen, but the ink flows from a cosmic well. It's exhilarating, yes, but daunting too. Old structures, comfortable, familiar, will shatter, leaving space for dreams once deemed impossible. To step into this, we can't just wait passively. We must prepare, aligning ourselves with the energy barreling toward us. How do we ready our minds, bodies, and spirits for such a rupture? The path to that answer begins now, before the first shadow falls. The blood moon's promise of transformation, cellular shifts, unshackled minds, and a collective awakening looms like a wave on the horizon, its power undeniable yet untamed. To stand beneath its crimson glow on March 13th to 14th, 2025, and not be swept away, we must prepare, the document urges, not as passive witnesses but as active participants. This isn't about bracing for impact, it's about tuning ourselves to the frequency of change, clearing the static of the old to amplify the new. The eclipse offers a canvas, but how we paint our futures depends on the steps we take now. Practical, deliberate, sacred acts that bridge the mundane and the cosmic. Start with your space. The document calls for a purge. Toss out relics of pain, like that box of letters from a past you've outgrown, or clothes that no longer fit the person you're becoming. Corners, where energy stagnates, need sweeping. In feng shui, clutter traps qi, and this eclipse demands flow. Your body too craves cleansing. Trade heavy meals for fruits. Sip water kissed by moonlight, as Ayurveda might suggest, to lighten your vessel. This isn't just diet, it's ritual, your physical self, an antenna polishing its signal for the universe's broadcast. Then turn inward. Meditate daily, the document advises, picturing violet light, color of transformation, washing through you, dissolving outdated fears. Sit in silence, 5 minutes or 50, and feel your breath anchor you to the moment. Write your intentions. I release self-doubt. I welcome courage. Burn the paper if it feels right, letting smoke carry your words skyward. Crystals like amethyst, tied to intuition, can amplify this. Hold one as you whisper your hopes. These acts aren't superstition, they're focus, a way to sharpen your mind's lens for the eclipse's clarity. Relationships need tending too. The document warns that unresolved ties will tangle in the energy surge. Call that friend you've avoided, speak the apology lingering on your tongue, or forgive silently in your heart. In Buddhism, karma clears through intention. Here, it's a prerequisite, lightening your load for what's ahead. Craft a personal rite. Light a white candle for purity, burn sage to banish lingering shadows, or soak in a salt bath, imagining old wounds dissolving into the water. Make it yours. Write a letter to your future self, seal it with wax, and open it post-eclipse. This preparation isn't busy work, it's a sacred alignment, a tuning fork struck against the universe's hum. Each step, sweeping a room, sipping charged water, whispering to the night, builds a bridge to that red-lit moment. The document frames it as co-creation. The eclipse will meet you where you stand, its energy molding to your readiness. Done right, you'll feel it. A quiet certainty, a pulse of anticipation. But what happens when that pulse quickens, when the moon finally bleeds red above? That night, every choice you've made will converge, guiding you through the portal now swinging wide. You've swept the corners, lightened your body, and set your intentions ablaze. Now, the night of March 13th, 14th, 2025 arrives, the blood moon rising like a beacon over your preparations. This isn't a distant event to observe, it's a threshold you cross, a visceral plunge into the eclipse's crimson heart. The document paints it as extraordinary, a portal yawning open, its edges shimmering with energy that hums through the air, your skin, your very being. As the sky darkens and the moon stains red, you stand at the edge of something sacred. Every choice you've made converging into this moment of reckoning and revelation. Hours before the peak, it begins. A vibration might ripple through you, perhaps in your palms, pulsing like a second heartbeat, or at your forehead, where the third eye stirs, a nod to the pineal gland's ancient role in perception. Waves of warmth or chills could cascade down your spine, your body sinking to a rhythm beyond the everyday. The document ties this to the eclipse's peak potency, a 108-minute window. 108, a number revered in Hinduism for its cosmic resonance, linking Earth to the infinite. Space feels thin. You might hear a whisper, your name, a fragment of a song, or sense a presence, as if ancestors or guides hover just out of sight. At the height, reality bends. The document claims the veil between worlds frays, laws of time and matter softening under the moon's red gaze. Clocks might skip, shadows twist oddly, a faint hum fill the air, echoes of quantum theories where high-energy events warp space-time. Emotions surge, grief you've buried, joy you've forgotten, all crashing like waves against a dam. Don't fight it, Breathe, let it flow, the document urges. Suppression muddies the signal. Focus your mind instead. Whisper your intentions from days before, now supercharged as if the universe bends to listen. Some might feel unity, the I dissolving into a vast we, a glimpse of collective consciousness shimmering through. Picture it. You stand outside, the night thick with scarlet light, and suddenly understand a choice you've wrestled with for years. Or you sit by a window, candle flickering, and hear a voice, not yours, offer a truth you've chased. The document calls this the portal's gift, access to hidden knowledge, a download from beyond. Physical oddities might punctuate it. Lights flicker, a strange scent wafts by, side effects of energy flooding Earth's field. Stay calm, it advises. Fear dims the channel. This is your moment to co-create, to plant seeds in soil made fertile by cosmic upheaval. As the eclipse wanes, integration begins. The vibrations soften, the air stills, yet you feel different, complete or perhaps newly begun. The document likens it to a slate wiped clean, etched with what you dared to claim in those 108 minutes. Every second was sacred, every thought a brushstroke on your fate. What you've gained, clarity, release, a spark of the infinite, won't fade with dawn. Instead, it roots, ready to bloom in the days ahead. But how do you carry this forward, weaving the extraordinary into the ordinary? The next chapter waits, its pages already turning under the fading red glow. The blood moon fades from the sky on March 14th, 2025, its crimson veil lifting, but the portal it opened doesn't snap shut. It lingers, its energy seeping into your bones, your days, your destiny. The document frames this aftermath not as an end, but a beginning, a slow awakening from a dream that leaves you blinking at a world remade. Those 108 minutes of raw, red power have sown seeds. Clarity, courage, a glimpse of the infinite. And now the work of integration begins, a tender unfolding that stretches across months, reshaping your life and rippling outward to touch the collective soul. What you felt under that scarlet glow wasn't fleeting, it was a key, unlocking a chapter where you wield the pen. The first days feel surreal. Time bends, some hours crawl, others vanish, as if your mind now dances beyond its linear cage. The document suggests this is your consciousness stretching, tasting a multidimensional reality. You might gaze at a tree and see it anew, vivid, alive, its roots whispering secrets of connection. Synchronicity sharpens. You think of a friend and they call, you dream of a job and an offer lands. It's as if the universe conspires, aligning with the intentions you cast into the eclipse's crucible. A man, once paralyzed by indecision, applies for a role he'd never dared pursue, and gets it, the timing too perfect to dismiss. Relationships shift like tectonic plates, bonds that weathered the portal's intensity deepen, their harmony electric, while others, draining, misaligned, dissolve with quiet grace. The document calls this a natural pruning, making space for souls who resonate with your new frequency. A woman estranged from her sister meets her by chance, their hug erasing years of silence. Another cuts ties with a toxic colleague, feeling only relief. Professionally, doors swing wide, projects stalled for months gain traction, ideas flow like water through a broken dam. Your intuition, honed by the eclipse, becomes a compass, guiding decisions with uncanny precision. Physically, you might glow. Chronic aches fade, energy surges, a testament, the document claims, to cellular shifts sparked that night. A runner sidelined by fatigue laces up again, her legs carrying her farther than ever. This isn't magic, it's alignment, your body echoing the harmony you forge with the cosmos. Yet this power demands care. The document warns, every thought, every act now carries weight, amplified by the creative force you've tapped. You're a co-creator, sculpting reality with a chisel once dull, now razor sharp. A careless word could wound, a kind one could heal beyond measure. Months unfurl and the transformation deepens. Communities might rise. Think of the 1960s reborn. Not in protest but in shared awakening, a second enlightenment under a red-tinged memory. The document envisions a collective leap, old systems crumbling as new ones root in consciousness, not control. To sustain this, ground yourself. Meditate under trees, journal the echoes of that night. Trust the process even when it mystifies. This isn't the end, it's the dawn of a life where miracles weave into the everyday. You've crossed the great divide, the document whispers, a pilgrim through a cosmic gate. The blood moon's energy lingers, a quiet hum beneath your skin, urging you to live the truth it revealed. Each step now is a prayer, each day a chance to honor the potential it birthed. You're not just changed, you're alive, a spark of the eternal, blazing into a future only you can dream.